Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kyle, the Grandma Prepper. I hope you all are having a great day. I know I am. First off, I want to apologize for the lack of videos here recently. I know I said in the last one that I was going to try to put more out, but some things have kind of gotten in the way. So I really haven't been able to do that. Now, on to what we're going to talk about today. Some of you might be wondering what this is next to me. This is my Osprey Atmos 50 AG. The AG stands for, of course, anti-gravity. This is one of my most favorite backpacks, and I have been doing a lot of gear shakedowns here recently, as well as, making sure everything is in good working order, so that way when I go out in the field, I know right off the top of my head that everything is ready to go, everything works, everything performs exactly what I want it to. Now, a little bit about this pack. Like I said, this is the 50 AG. I know my buddy Leo of the Irish Shaman Nation has the 65, but the 50 is the one I picked because I also have a JanSport Katahdin 50, and I like 50-liter packs because it forces you to shrink your gear down, so you're not carrying a whole bunch of gear that you don't really need. Now, go through this pack and show you what I carry, what I use for my sleep system, what I use for my cook system, what extra clothes I carry, electronics, so on and so forth. And share with you why I chose that particular piece of gear. Now, some of this stuff is not necessarily budget friendly, but that's okay. It's not for everyone. This is just what I use. So, like I said, starting off with the pack, if anybody has never tried Osprey, honestly, I highly recommend them, because I have 2 packs from them, and they are absolutely incredible. The second one I haven't taken out yet. I got it in December. So, this one I took on my Arc City, or is it? I think it's Arc City. I'll put it on the screen below. But that's the one that I got kind of dehydrated on. I didn't plan enough for the water situation. But this one, you can carry a water bladder plus multiple water bottles. Let me turn this camera around and we'll get started. Okay guys, so these are the 2 sleep systems I will carry. Obviously not both at the same time. That's kind of ridiculous. But going through this is my ZPacks Solo-plex. I think that's right. Yeah, Solo-plex, excuse me. I'm used to hearing duplex all the time. And this thing has more than enough room for me and my gear. Also, this thing is the same one I used in that Arc City trip. Elk City, excuse me. I just realized. Elk City. And this thing is very ultra lightweight. This thing weighs under a pound. This is my Enlightened Equipment down quilt. This is what they call dry down, which means it can get wet, and it is ultra compactable. Is that a word? I don't know. Sometimes I make up words, guys. Anyway, this thing can be really smushed down. Although I highly don't recommend it, at least not for long periods of time. And this thing, although it's a 40-degree quilt, I've gotten it very cold in the house, and it still keeps me warm. So, and then of course, my Thermarest pad. This is the Z-Lite pad, and this is the short pad. Now, the reason that I went with the short pad versus the regular length pad is because it's a lot lighter, as well as I don't really need it for my legs. I can usually prop my legs underneath my backpack or whatever, and it does perfectly fine. In here I've got my cordage and my stakes, and these stakes are just the Kaluahan's ultra lightweight stakes. In here I also have bank line and paracord. I know that's not always a hiker thing, but it's a prepper and survivalist thing for me. I never go outdoors without cordage, no matter what. Now, if I choose not to carry all of this, I will still carry all of this, just eliminating these two, because this is my Enos double nest hammock, which I got at Sam's Club, actually. I've got the Atlas straps, and this is from my buddy in Florida, Kyle Rohrig. Sorry, brother, if I butchered that. AKA Mayor. That's his hiking name. This is an ultralight hammock gear tarp. It's got all the cordage, all the stuff in it, and it works perfectly with this system. And I honestly cannot wait to use this system when I go out this year. Now, let me pause this, and I'll get my cook set put up here. Okay, guys, so this is the cooking setup I use. Now, I don't always carry my MSR seagull pot, but it's good to take along. You can cook almost anything in it. I take it for the fact that this cup I can boil both of these, and use this one for coffee and use this one for food. It's just that simple reason, really. Now this is my Snow Peak 600 titanium cup, and I made this cozy out of a little thing you put on your windshield. This lid is made from an old pie tin and a piece of that same material, and then of course it's got just a little ring on it, which you'll see why in just a minute. Now, going into the cup itself, I keep in here my portable aqua, which I know might seem a little silly, but I always have at least 3 ways to purify water: my filter, my portable aqua, and boiling. Because I've seen filters break, and trust me, you don't want to be up Blank Creek when that happens. So that's why I carry it. My MSR pocket rocket, this thing I have used the living daylights out of, and it still has not failed me. I'm looking at getting the pocket rocket too, but I'm just not quite ready to convert yet. Of course, I have a lighter. Again, multiple ways to make fire. I have, as you know, the little spark, the ferro rod on my keychain, as well as my match case. So that gives me 3 ways to make fire. I always keep a redundancy of 3s. 3 ways to purify water, 3 ways to make fire, 3 ways for shelter, you know, so on and so forth. That may seem a little excessive as far as a hiking perspective, but as a prepper, that is barely enough. So, of course, I always keep bandana. That kind of goes without saying. And then, of course, this comes with a little silicone deal that allows you to drink from the cup without it burning your lips. Excuse me. I lost my words there. Now, the reason that I have this D-ring on here is because one of my titanium sporks, both of these are titanium. This is the Light My Fire titanium spork, and then of course this is the Magellan. Now I have this hook on here, and so I had no real way to put the lid on and off, so I made this little split ring so I could easily hook it and pull it on and off. And it works the same with the MSR pot too. So let's move on to the like the personal items and my water filtration. Okay guys, so this is my go-to water filter. I have used this one, also used the daylight side of it, but it still has not failed me yet. I know some of my friends have. My buddy Darwin has had his fail, but mine has not. And honestly, the fact that I've taken this out on several trips and it still goes strong is absolutely awesome. Of course, I keep the straws and the 2 bags, and I keep it in this mesh pouch so that way I can hang this on the outside of my pack and it'll air dry. Always keep an assortment of baggies with me. No particular reason other than, you know, trash, that sort of thing. They're lightweight, they don't weigh anything at all, so they're great to keep. You never know when you're going to need them, honestly. Now this is my main ditty bag. In here I keep my headlamp. This Coleman headlamp I did a review on. And then of course I keep my toilet article kit, which is just toothbrush, toothpaste, and these little pack towels. I have my med kit, which just has band-aids, blister thing, and these band-aids have Neosporin in them, clean wipes, and then also in here I keep my kit, my repair kit. Now I will put all of the weights and measures and stuff down below in the description box. But this is just all I carry. I carry zip ties, cloth sail needle, and I will put dental floss in here. I just forgot to include it for this video. And then of course I got tenacious tape. If I cannot repair it with this, then honestly it's not worth fixing. Honestly. Because I really have not met anything that I cannot fix with all of that. And then of course I've got my toilet paper, and like I said, this barely weighs just a few ounces, honestly. And like I said, this is my main go-to bag. Now moving on to this is the extra clothes I carry. Now, there's something special about this dry bag, which you'll see in a minute. Now, pulling this out, I keep just a spare t-shirt to sleep in and a spare pair of socks. That's kind of obvious. But the special part about this is I've sewn piece of cloth into this, and I will pack like my jacket, my clothes, that sort of thing in here, and this will make my pillow. Now this doesn't detract from the waterproof at all, and it also is very comfortable, honestly. Now, moving on to the electronics part, this is the part where I've kind of sacrificed some of my weight saving and stuff like that, and I'm okay with that because I just have my cell phone charger, the wall plug-in, and my Anchor charger for when I get into town, and then of course my Anchor battery. I'm telling you, I know I've turned several friends onto these, and I'm telling you, once you convert to an Anchor, you will never go back. Honestly, there is honestly no cons to these other than possibly weight, and honestly the weight's worth it. Also, if I'm going really deep into backcountry, I will carry my GoTenna. You guys have seen this on my channel before. This is an awesome little piece of kit. So let me turn this camera around and we'll wrap this up. Okay guys, and like I said, that's the main kit that I carry. Now I also carry my rain cover, which is just a cheap rain cover, in this front mesh pocket, as well as my rain jacket in the lower pocket. I will do a review on this pack at a later time, because honestly this deserves its own review, because this thing is absolutely incredible. Now, I've saved telling you what the weight is until the very end, because honestly you will not believe this. Now, bearing in mind this is the tent, sleeping pad, quilt, stakes, and all the rest of that, the cook set and stuff like that, and bearing also in mind that this does not include food, water, and fuel, and the fact that this pack itself weighs 3 to 4 pounds, I think. I'll put it on the screen. But bearing all that in mind, this thing only weighs, the whole kit only weighs 11 pounds even, which is absolutely incredible. That puts it into the ultralight category, and I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. You would not honestly believe it. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me, and I want to thank you guys for all your support. I cannot honestly, I know I say it every video, but honestly, without you guys, this channel wouldn't exist, honestly, because your support has really meant absolutely the world to me. We're almost actually up to 300 almost. We're at 275 right now. So that is beyond anything that I could ever imagine. So, I want to thank you guys again for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. I'm going to try to get more videos out. I'm going to try to upload this video today if I can help it. And be sure to check all the links in the description box below for the weights of all the gear and the kind of the list of what the gear is, as well as for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share this video if you want to, and until next time, this is Grandma Prepper saying, I'll catch you on the flip side.